Hi, I'm Tom Wilson. I am a retired professor and associate dean from the University of Alabama. I served at 3 institutions, and I'm not sure why, but they all ended up having red as one of their institutional colors. But such is life. And I feel like as a university professor that it's important for me to warn you that I'm probably going to say some things that you disagree with. So we'll just move on from there. With regard to, with the future of work, I started thinking about this and thinking that really kind of what we need to think about is the nature of education and the nature of work. Education, despite what our current political environment in general, and particularly in the state of Alabama, doesn't quite get that education is an offensive process. You come to an educational experience with a certain set of understandings and beliefs and knowledge. It challenges you. That process is offensive because it causes you to face where you are when you're adapting new information or a new perspective. And actually, work is not unlike that as well, because you have to work with other people. I think probably one of the most important things I can say with regard to the nature of work is that it's not just about what you do or where you do it, it's who you do it with as well. A few thoughts on artificial intelligence, because that's a big topic these days. And I'll let you know that when I was here as a student in the mid-1980s, I actually studied AI then, and AI actually goes back a lot longer ago than that. It's not something new. However, be careful about what some people claim is artificial intelligence, because a lot of life is organized around procedural logic, and procedural logic and database lookups are not AI. I'm always amazed at commercials, particularly for like business software, that the most important thing they want to emphasize is we've got this great AI component. And I'm going, yeah, I can see a place for that, but I also wonder, so you're dealing with finance or maybe corporate relationships. There's a whole lot of basic, this equals that kind of stuff going on. But lest you think that AI is going to totally replace procedural logic and database lookups, I don't think so, because they're very useful, pragmatic kinds of things. But maybe to put a finer point on it, AI is not just a technical set of processes and issues. It also involves business agendas. And one concern that I have about AI, just to pull out one thing, a large part of what we're seeing blooming now in AI has to do with large language models and outgrowths from that. That's all well and good, and there's amazing stuff that's being done. But I remember an old adage, garbage in, garbage out. So it's all about what that model is trained on, and one of the most disturbing things is that it's important for us to know what a particular system is trained on. In the business climate in the United States of America, that could be viewed as a trade secret and therefore hidden. Just think about that for a moment. Usability and accessibility, look at this as, or the UX design kinds of things, look at this as a full employment act. Because there is a lot of territory that quite frankly is horrific. I've given some examples here, but because I'm running short on time, I'm only going to highlight a couple of them. Welltory is a health app. They happen to use, for part of the communication they want to give you in that app, medium gray text on a dark gray background. Now, I'm older than most of you, so of course eyesight is an issue that goes on there, but that's ridiculous. I don't mind having to look at ads when I play a game, but this version of Solitaire, I have found that sometimes it's not possible to get out of the ad loop. I don't mind if there's a loop and I watch it for 5 seconds or 10 seconds, but literally I've found I have to exit the game in order to get beyond the ads and go back in. U-Haul, they have an app. I got to use this wonderful app this summer, helping my daughter move to a new location. It has this feature that allows you to sort of be GPS to where you're going to return the vehicle. Rather than handing off to wonderful mapping applications that do GPS quite well, no. They wanted to have their own mapping app, which did not work and did not adjust to where you were relative to where you were going. Briefly on DEI, I don't mean to suggest that the sun is setting on DEI and the need for DEI, but in my state, the sun has already set. You have a wonderful opportunity here at the University of Michigan to experience what real diversity, equity, and inclusion means. And you, in a few years, are going to be leaders, whether you think you are or not, leaders in DEI initiatives, because your colleagues who graduate from programs in several states now, and the number is growing, will not have had any exposure to DEI.